This is Eagle Al, and today we're going to talk about Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter ready to take that leadership role. Also, Ty Robinson get praise from Jalen Carter. And lastly, Gardner Johnson respond to Vic Fangio, and there was some nuggets in there, but let's get straight into it. All right, man, before we hop straight into it, before we talk about Vic Fangio, let's talk about Nick Sirianni. He's getting them young rookies ready already. But let me play this clip.
All right, hey, this is what's awesome about football. Everybody from a different area of the country and out of the country, right? And we're getting to know each other right here. That's I love this part about football. Everybody that you just saw is here to help you do your job better. All right, we're going to introduce you, right, to our core values. Your core values are your habits. That's all it is, right? These are the things that we'll talk about over and over again, day in, day out. Tough, detailed, together. Tough, detailed, together. These are the truths of football. The toughest team usually wins. The more detailed team usually wins. The more together team usually wins. Everybody's talented, right? Talent can get you, right, 9, 10 wins, right? But to do special, it takes special requirements. All right?
Pretty dope, man. He getting the rookies ready, letting them know our core principles, and I can't wait to see these young rookies on the field. Speaking of rookies, we just signed the UDFA. He's like a speedster. He ran like a 4.28. I'm gonna call him IA because I don't want to botch his name, but it looked like a special teams guy. I know we've been using Giles Jackson as the special teams guy so far, so we get another speedster who can be the special teams guy along with Giles Jackson and push Giles Jackson, for the spot or just possibly take his spot. We will see. Also, I can't believe this is a big thing with Barkley saying that he just might retire out of nowhere. Maybe it's 2 years, maybe it's 4 years, but let me play this clip.
So fast forward to however long you want to play. You're one of the best ever, maybe the best ever. Do you want to be like an Aaron Donald where AD says, hey, I want to get out of here playing at the highest level. I want to leave a little early. Or do you imagine yourself as one of these guys that wants to do it until the wheels fall off?
It's a great question. I'll probably be one of those guys that it'll be out of nowhere. Like, I'll probably just wake up one day, whether it's next year or 2 years or 4 years, and just be like, yeah, it's over. I don't think I will ever lose that passion. The competitive nature is always going to be there, but I like probably my favorite player of all time is Barry Sanders. So probably similar to that. Maybe one day, it'll be out of nowhere. I'll probably be balling and just be like, yeah, call it quits.
Again, I don't know why that's a big thing. I guess it's just off-season jibber jabber. Like, oh, Barkley said he's going to retire in 2 or 4 years. I mean, yeah, he's in year 8. I'm assuming he probably play a good 10 years, or hell, he might retire once, the season, or if a season going to decline. But as long as he is doing his thing and he's still on top, I think he won't retire. But if he see like a slight decline or the game is not fun, I can see him retiring. Or hell, try to retire on top. Maybe we win another Super Bowl. He'll be like, all right, that's it. I got 2 rings. I'm forever an Eagle. I'm remembered here. So we will see. But let's talk about the young guys. Hopefully ain't retiring no time soon. Jalen Carter. So Jalen Carter spoke about taking that leadership role, how he learned it from Barkley, and how Barkley gave him some game on how Dexter Lawrence do his thing and how he just want to get better. But let me play this clip.
You seem like a guy who's always going to remain humble to himself, but after the season you had kind of establishing yourself as one of the best defensive players in the league and winning a Super Bowl, how has life changed a bit for you?
No, this all smooth. All right, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to be the best at what I do, and I try to be the best. I'm not there yet. Still got a lot of people in front of me who's obviously been in the league a couple years, got years of experience on me, and I'm just keep grinding every day, and not just me by myself working on specific things to get better. Just being around a team, having the guys support me, also made me be one of the best in the league.
You talk to Saquon about Dexter?
Oh yeah, I talked to him. He said Dex was a monster too. Like, stuff he doing is crazy, and he said the stuff I'm doing is kind of relatable, and that's just big and strong. Like, he could bull every play, and I watch his film. I'm watching all the guys' film, and I'm getting everything from them, and maybe if you see me in the game just bullying all the time, maybe I'll watch Dexter Lawrence highlights before the game.
Now, I reported on this a couple days ago where Trotter was on WIP when he was saying, like, yo, Jalen Carter just playing on raw talent. And Vic Fangio agreed with Trotter. So Trotter probably got that from Fangio, like, yo, this guy's good. But if he get these techniques right, mind you, this is a top 2 guy who still need work on his technique. That's crazy. That is crazy. So it's different because my YouTube, subscribers like, no duh, like that's a good thing. If we go on Twitter, they like, yo, why try to say that? He just need to be quiet. So it's just 2 different audiences, and I'm with the YouTube audience. Like Trotter, to me, it was a compliment. Now, if Jalen Carter sucked, then he was saying that it's like, but it was a compliment, letting you know, like he's a top 2 guy. He's playing at that high level. So look, I don't know how you could take that as a diss, but it is what it is. But Jalen Carter also spoke on Ty Robinson and said that boy is a beast. That boy can definitely play ball. But let me play this clip.
That boy fire. I ain't gonna lie, he moving good. He a big boy. I seen his highlights before he came, knew what they was talking about, and he here and he working. And I think he gonna have a big impact this season.
Jalen, what impressed you most about the way Jordan Davis?
Now, this is a guy I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see Ty Robinson on the field, the white gorilla. And if Jalen Carter saying he's a beast, him playing beside Jalen Carter, it's going to be a crazy year because I think Ty Robinson is going to have a good year. Moro Jomo is going to have a good year, especially going into, I believe, his contract year. And I keep saying this, and let me say this time and time again. Don't sleep on Thomas Booker. Don't sleep on him, and don't sleep on Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis is getting in shape as multiple reports are coming out, even coming from Vic Fangio and Jordan Davis. So Jordan Davis get it right, man. I'm telling you, this defensive tackle room can be dangerous again. Moro Jomo, Thomas Booker, Jalen Carter himself, Ty Robinson, White Gorilla, who Jalen Carter says is a beast. Man, I'm telling you, best defensive tackle room in the NFL. And don't sleep on our edges. Don't sleep on Nolan Smith. Don't sleep on Jalen Hunt. Don't sleep on Azeez Ojulari. And if Joshua Oshay can give us that New England type production, I'm telling you, man, this D-line, yeah, we don't have a Hassan Reddick or a Trey Hendrickson, a guy that could get probably 15, 16 sacks. But I'm telling you, this group of guys can get 8, 9, maybe even 10 sacks out of one guy. Then you talk about guys getting 7, 6, a bunch of guys getting like 5, 4, maybe a couple 3s in there. I cannot wait to watch this group. But let's get into the last topic. The last topic, CJ Gardner Johnson. I know this guy like a book, man. I'm like, yo, he not going to let Vic Fangio just say that, and he's not going to say anything. CJ Gardner Johnson said he's grateful. He's leaving with 0 issues. But anytime his name get mentioned in Philadelphia, he clapped back. That's one thing I could say about CJ. He don't start it for the most part. It's just that any little thing ticks him off. Like even with the Slate thing, he didn't start that. Slate said something. CJ Gardner Johnson went a little overboard. And then, Vic Fangio was asked a question, like salary cap reasons. And then, CJ Gardner Johnson, like, he's overboard. He's like, yo, basically, don't do the young guys like how y'all did me. Then he went on to explain he had 0 issues with anybody. And he also said in the comments on Instagram, it's like, yo, he just want Justin Simmons. Now, that was interesting because, honestly, when I talk to, let's say 60, 65% of Eagles fans, they don't really trust Andrew McCool because he a rookie. They saying, Sidney Brown, he's just a crash out guy. He's a good gunner, but they don't trust him to be a safety. A lot of people want Justin Simmons. Now, this will be interesting because CJ Gardner Johnson alluded to, like, we used him just as a test dummy to see if the scheme works. So now we know the scheme obviously worked. You had the number 2 defense. could have had the number 1 defense, but you had the number 2 defense. Now, if we bring in a Justin Simmons, who's quote unquote better than CJ Gardner Johnson, you get that production, you get less of a headache on and off the field. You get a really good cover guy. You get an established guy if you get Justin Simmons, and you could possibly get him for cheap. Now, Justin Simmons' market has been quiet, so that let me know maybe something is, on the table. Maybe there were some talks between Vic Fangio and Howie Roseman, and Howie Roseman probably just told him, like, look, see what we got in-house, and if they don't work out, go get Justin Simmons. Now, we'll see if that happens, because if we get Justin Simmons, I'm going back to what CJ Gardner Johnson said, and the reason why is because I kind of see that as a play too. I'm not going to lie. I see that as more of a play. Us getting Justin Simmons. Again, we're going to work out these guys, see what happens. And if bad reports start coming out, Justin Simmons will be an Eagle. I think CJ Gardner Johnson is on to something with that. So we'll watch. We'll watch what the Eagles do. Would that be like a striking move, getting Justin Simmons? To me, I don't want the 30-plus-year-old safety. I just would have kept CJ Gardner Johnson where he had a 3-year contract, 1 more year, see what would have happened. And if, he would have moved on, he would have moved on. We know how the money worked. But at the end of the day, we traded him for a guy named Kenyon Green, who probably not going to even start, probably going to be a swing guard on our team. Hell, I don't even think Kenyon Green beat out Matt Pryor, but we will definitely see. But CJ Gardner Johnson's on to something. I do feel bad for CJ Gardner Johnson. I think his heart is too much in Philadelphia. Like, he got to let it go. My personal opinion, what he said. But the thing I really wanted to touch on was the Justin Simmons thing. Like, he just want Justin Simmons, his guy. And remember, we heard reports that Justin Simmons and Vic Fangio don't really get along. Remember, we heard those reports about him and Jalen Ramsey. So we'll see. We'll definitely see what happens with that. But that's all I got for you guys today. And hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel? Jalen Carter ready to take that next step as a leader and as a player. Also, CJ Gardner Johnson crashing out once again. And Ty Robinson, man. Beast. But this is Eagle Owl, man. I'm out.